Hey guys, so we're doing more of this thing we do where I show Evan dumb shit that I grew up with. I'm wondering if we should come up with a name for it at this point.
Yeah.
But so this game is particularly special because this is the death and rebirth of this is the death and return of Superman, released for both the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. Okay. And I think you would be especially interested in this, Evan, because it was made by a little-known developer that you've probably never heard of.
Are you? Oh, what?
Yeah.
I was just about to go. Well, I mean, I haven't heard of Sunsoft in quite some time. I mean, I can think of some NES time. Oh, yeah. My goodness.
Before Blizzard got in on the whole Warcraft thing, they made a few very forgettable DC Comics games.
Wait a minute, hold on. So, this means that potentially we could have another Blizzard classic character for Heroes of the Storm besides the Lost Vikings.
I mean, these are all licensed characters, so...
Okay, we can't steal anything from it. Okay.
Yeah. So, aside from that, I wanted to show this to you because this game is thoroughly mediocre in most ways, but there is one fantastic way that they have fucked this game, that they've managed to fuck this game up.
Okay.
And it is readily apparent right now.
Okay.
So, Evan, if I told you that this game was a side-scrolling beat-em-up, what would be the thing that you would normally associate with a side-scrolling beat-em-up?
Well, you mean common conventions?
What is the number one thing that is common among all side-scrolling beat-em-ups like ever made?
I don't know. Run to the side, punch people, pick
No,
up weapons.
What do you? They're couch co-op games.
Oh yeah.
They are always co-op
Wait, this
games.
is single player only?
This is a single player side-scrolling beat-em-up game.
No, man. That's for maximum unfun. Is what they were going for.
And I did not believe that when I was a child.
No, impossible, Alex. I have my gamepad. Can I play with you?
It does not work.
I'd like. Here it is.
Yeah, you cannot. I bought this game assuming that just like every other side-scrolling beat-em-up ever made, that me and my buddy could play a Superman game.
Wait, hold
together.
on. What the hell is that? Like Vandal Savage?
No,
Who are these people?
These are Intergang.
Oh, okay.
So this game, tells a truncated version of the death and rebirth of Superman, which was a very big deal back in the '90s when this was first made, because that's the event that killed off Superman.
The Siege of Underworlders.
Yeah. So we get like a stage where Superman gets to do Superman things, and then we get a stage where he actually fights Doomsday. So this is the game. Did you see me punch that guy?
Oh man,
this is the game.
I gotta say that I like the fact that can you actually fly, or can you?
Yes, I have free flight.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I like that you can fly as Superman,
but I cannot run, and I have basically no attacks aside from my jump attack
and punching.
Because I'm Superman. Yes, I can throw things.
Okay,
and I think there are people too.
Is that guy gonna use his minigun? Or?
If I let him.
Oh,
Superman is not immune to those bullets for some reason.
Oh no, okay.
And I wanted to play the Genesis version of this game, but reasons happened that stopped me from doing it, which is I had been planning to make this, I guess, the series like shit that weird Genesis shit I played. So this is kind of screwing our motif a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing that you can do is you can fire. You've
got the heat vision.
But if you'll notice, it does no damage. It's purely for interrupting.
Oh, I see.
And that's it. And the really fun thing about this game is there are multiple player characters that you control over the course of the storyline.
Okay.
And they all play exactly the same.
Oh.
So you're
punching and interrupt.
Their projectiles are all look different, as is warranted by the character in question.
Yeah.
But this gameplay you're seeing is the entire game.
Aww.
This is all you do throughout the game.
By yourself.
By yourself. No friends. and I had friends. I had friends who I could play this with. I saw that this had like 5 playable characters, and I was like, oh man, me and my buddies could play through this really cool comic event together. And no, you can't. I couldn't even play this with my sister.
You mean you don't get to argue with your friend about, no, I want to be Superman. Yeah, I want to be Superman.
I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal because, I mean, I like all the other Supermen.
Yeah.
This is the death and rebirth of Superman, so you play as all the different fake Supermen.
So this horde of demons.
Well, they're not demons, they're like underground, like mutant guys.
Oh, okay.
I forget exactly what Intergang's deal is because they don't get used. They haven't been used very much in modern comics.
I was gonna say, is this the mole people? You know,
that's
rising up. Or whatever?
That's basically the deal with Intergang.
Okay.
And if memory serves, they're also like financed by like LexCorp. Like Lex Luthor is somehow involved in,
right, of course.
You know, funds their schemes to take over the overworld.
And in return, they mine oil for him real cheap or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Well, and they agree to stop Superman, but
yeah.
That's not going very well for them because I have the power of punches.
There was a.
Are you enthralled by this gameplay?
I am. I freaking.
There's so much nuance to this.
So.
Wait, just wait till I get to a boss, because as I recall, there is a single dominant strategy for beating like every boss fight.
Is it punch them?
It is a very specific way of punching them.
Oh, okay.
So I know for a fact it works on Doomsday. We'll see if it works on other people.
You see that death battle between him and no, that was Darkseid.
Yeah, Darkseid.
Never mind.
Yeah, that was a cool death battle.
Yeah, that really was. I mean, I knew how that was gonna go, but still, the animation was pretty sick.
No, yeah, it was fantastic. And it was just one of those where I learned new things about the characters. Which I always think is fun.
I mean, I like that because they entirely could have gone was punched by Superman, therefore invincible to the other guy route.
I mean, that's kind of what I assumed they were going to go with.
Yeah, I thought that's just less work and they'll take the path of least resistance. But no, they did it better.
Yeah. Yeah, and it turns out that Darkseid has more going on for him than I thought. Like, I never really... I like the Jack Kirby stuff, but that wasn't really my jam when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Except for where it pertained to Superman. So, like, I've never particularly liked Darkseid as a villain. I always thought he was kind of dull. Right. I mean, he's just a very boring-looking character.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have the panache that Luthor or...
And he either punches you or eye beams you.
Yeah, he does. That's the other thing. He doesn't get to do a whole lot in like day-to-day comics, or like when he was on like the Super Friends, like those were like the most boring episodes.
Yeah,
because he can't do anything with Darkseid. Yeah, on fucking Super Friends. And that was the media I consumed as a kid.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed finding out that there was more to Darkseid than just being like physically stronger than everybody.
Yeah. I did not know that freaking several of the Reeds from the Council of Reeds had Infinity Gauntlets.
Yeah, I knew that was a thing.
I did not know that.
Motherfucking. All right, I have many lives. But yeah, I did not know that they only worked in their own reality, though.
Yeah, so, I knew about the Council of Reeds, but I didn't know that some of those Reeds could just make up the rule. You know, make up the rules for the universe. And who the hell is this?
He's a guy. He's Closter.
He's Closter. Very good.
So this is how you beat every boss in the game. You stand on a different plane than them.
Oh, and when they walk in,
and you let them walk into your punches. Yeah. This guy has a weirder hitbox than most people, so you have to kind of be at the right angle. Because if he approaches you at a bad diagonal, then you're screwed.
So you're telling me Closter is licensed? Like, this is not
presumably
a guy that we can steal for Blizzard Classic Heroes of the Storm?
I would play. I would main Closter. No joke. So we had that warm-up level for no real reason, but now the real story happens, and Doomsday is here.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the comics,
But who the hell is that?
that's Doomsday.
Well, sure.
That's what he originally looked like.
Well,
Like,
okay.
He was like covered in like tattered like clothing, and he gradually punched his way out of it, like as he punched his way through everything. And this story gets a lot of shit like from modern like cynics. But at the time, like, it was kind of an amazing thing to think that Superman could actually die. And
Right.
it's a really fucking cool fight. He literally fights like every superhero, like, who was available at the time.
When he's in the ranks, in the
Yeah,
OG, okay.
he just goes through and punches everybody, like, you know, one after the other. Even the worst version of Supergirl, Matrix.
I haven't even heard of her.
She's like an alien, like, liquid metal sort of robot thing that just kind of decided to take the form of Supergirl. I forget if there was a Supergirl for her to like be based off, or if she just kind of came to that conclusion, like, I should be Superman but boobs. And it was also like super weird because at the time, Lex Luthor was pretending to be his own son.
Wait, what?
He'd like made a clone body, like a younger clone body of himself.
Sure.
And with hair.
Okay.
And he put his brain into that body, and he pretended to be a good guy. And he was also dating Matrix at the time, so he just had his own pet Supergirl to like go off and do things for him.
Huh.
Sometimes evil when he could get away with it.
So he was So he pretended to be his own son to.
Yeah. He faked his death. And
to go like, oh look, I'm good.
He faked his death so people would like leave him the fuck alone, and then he's like, you know, don't worry, Superman, like, I'm the good son of Lex, and like we're gonna be pals, and I'm not gonna do anything bad at all.
Oh, okay.
But then, like, you know, every other panel was like, mwahaha, I'm actually still evil, and Superman does not recognize this. And it was really stupid.
Yeah.
And it was also like really skeevy that he was like dating this like Supergirl lookalike. Oh man, I wasted my punch. That's there's also like a super move you can do. I just did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a weird period of time. But yeah, like the JSA were there, and Captain Marvel was there, and everybody was just getting punched.
Can you punch him while you're flying?
Yes, you can. There's kind of like no reason to fly, unless you're using it to dodge like obstacles and stuff.
Okay.
There are flying enemies. There's Doomsday.
Oh wait, he was pretty like a man in that picture. Now he's more like I recognize.
Well, what is a man?
Because before he just looked like a dude with some spiked chin.
The trick still works. This is every boss in the game, basically. Aside from the ones who aren't human.
So when do we get to play as some other people? Because I might be a little bored.
After this level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to rush through it as fast as we can, so I can get to the part that people likely played this game for.
All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So we didn't kill Doomsday. He just flew.
We just drove him off.
Okay.
These fucking guys with the Molotovs, named Molotov. Oh, and the Chainsaw guy's named Chainsaw. I like how creative they were with these.
Yeah.
That's that Blizzard Entertainment magic. You don't get that from other companies.
Yeah.
You should the one other game they worked on was Justice League Task Force, I think it was called, and it was a really shitty fighting game.
I will say that while you were down there on the street, there were some nice foreground sprites that gave me a sense of depth.
Yeah.
So that wasn't too bad.
And I don't remember where they are anymore, but there is one little bit of nuance I just remembered where like there are points on the map where you can throw enemies into like walls and stuff and find like hidden things.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. We
can't just punch it because we're Superman?
No.
Okay.
Because you can't directly interact with like the background or foreground.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like this is new, and I feel like if they let me, I could read the Daily Planet.
If they let you. So you can do like that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and sometimes...
That's cool.
See, there you go. So
you got a...
Yeah, I found a... That's a super move.
Oh, okay, that's...
So those little red orbs under my health.
Or how many you have.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought they were extra lives.
That's... No, yes. The extra lives are the number under my...
No, I just assumed you were picking up extra lives.
So the...
wait, go back. Oh, we can't.
No, I can't.
There was text on the newspaper. Oh, is it?
Doomsday is here.
Oh, well, there you go.
And it also says Daily Planet. And that one says one way.
Okay, here's a new one. Oh, it's the same.
It's all the same.
They're all filled with the same. Okay. Okay, we do the door. Oh, look, it even... Okay, I like that it gives you a damaged sprite for every bit of the background.
Yeah, it's actually neat, and I actually remember having some fun as a kid.
Now, this is ambitious, but did we get the bricks between those?
I don't believe you do.
I mean, I didn't expect, but it's a glimmer of hope. No. Okay.
I don't believe,
I
don't think you can get it that tightly.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know how normal people cross the street over here.
Yeah. Well, they go towards.
Like, I don't know where these guys are coming from, and also I don't know why these guys are attacking Superman when Doomsday is here.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing pretty good with their chainsaws.
No, I can't do that. But yeah, so I distinctly remember the day that Superman died, because it was my dad's birthday party when I found out about this, and he was a Superman fan. So my aunts or my uncle or somebody had gotten him the issue where it happens.
Yeah.
And I forgot I can do that.
Wait, what? He just came back up.
He just climbs back up.
Wait, do it again.
Stay down there. He doesn't take any damage from that either.
Yeah.
That's
he just kind of grabs a window ledge halfway down.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, sweet, Superman comic. Death of Superman. No fucking way. And then I sat down and I read the comic, and like 10 minutes later I was like, Dad, they killed Superman! And I was super distraught by that.
Yeah.
Because that was the issue, like, where it happened. There was a lot of lead up that I didn't read at the time. But,
right.
Yeah, Superman was just fucking dead. And then, like, they like, it was, like, on the news and everything that Superman had died. Because that was the first time, like, a superhero had died.
So how long did it take them to retcon it into a healing coma?
Well, it was never retconned. It was always intended that he come back. Like,
oh, okay. But I mean, how long did they keep you in suspense?
I think it was like a 6-month-ish event.
Oh, okay.
Like, DC had to clarify for everyone, like, no, we didn't really kill Superman. Like, just read the fucking comic.
Wait, people couldn't wait for they had to have the spoiler?
Well, no, just people were distraught that DC had apparently killed off a beloved comic icon.
Right, but I mean,
and not even a comic
wait
icon.
And see, that's a cliffhanger. Like, that's.
But no, but like parents are gonna be upset on behalf of their children who now can't sleep at night because they think that Superman is dead forever. So like I can understand why it happened.
Can you grab him and throw him into the window?
I don't believe I can.
Boss is ungrabbable.
Also, he just
you gotta get on the different plane, Alex.
He stunned me into oblivion.
You're not doing the strategy.
Well, see, he is getting away from it because he keeps like walking past me. Yeah, so what I need to do. Oh, that time he waited till there's a.
Oh no, Alex!
Yeah, he might actually.
No,
he might actually get me.
Don't let Superman be dead.
And so I think I need to be closer to him.
Yeah, so he can't.
He just broke out of it that time.
No.
Can I get back there quick enough?
Yeah, let's see where you are.
I think I got to do the whole level over again.
I mean, we got time to do the level.
We got time. Yeah.
Why did you even start here? Where is this? Like a pirate ship? What?
It's a construction site.
I guess there's a lot of wood. Oh wait, does the interrupt work on bosses? Maybe you can stun him and then you do the punching.
I mean, I actually don't know. It might work, but
I have no idea.
I don't remember ever having to do that as a child.
Yeah. Oh, you can break everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit you can break.
Oh, it's a Superman.
He was able to punch me, or he was able to attack me, even though we were apparently not on the right plane.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Break the other background.
I remember as a kid, I would just go around and break like literally everything just to see where the secrets were.
That is the only thing to do.
Yeah.
In this game.
And I did it so often that I just knew like that fence is the one.
Yeah. Ah, cool. Yeah, you beamed him off of his bike.
I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah, they were friendly firing each other before.
That's funny.
I don't think the chainsaws can friendly fire their buddies, but the Molotov guy was hitting his friend.
Huh. Okay, look at that.
Is that a blue?
Yeah, the blue ones heal you.
Oh, it's healing.
Yeah, so that was more important. And I get to keep
Can
my
you throw
bike.
the bike into the wall?
No, the objects that you pick up only go forward.
Okay.
Let's see what else is trick or treat. No, all right. Like, it's a serviceable game.
Yeah,
It's just that
wrong with it.
it's just that this would have been like I don't know how you decide let's make a side-scrolling beat 'em up and not make it multiplayer.
You know what was a cool one? Did you play the Pirates of Dark Water one on the Super Nintendo?
Very little, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was super cool.
But that was also that one wasn't 2-player, right?
It was.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't remember.
Well, I think my brother and I played it, and nobody wanted to be Ren.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just surprised because he's the main character, and people usually want
that background.
people usually want to be the main character. Like, I know when I would play the Turtles game with my friends, like we'd fight over who got to be Leonardo.
Well, it's because there were the three characters. There was Ren, Tula, and Eoz. Eoz was the who was the big pirate?
I'm trying to remember. I couldn't even remember Tula, but it snapped into the head for me when you said it.
Was it Eoz?
I think it might have been. It's something like that. That sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah. Anyway, so they had Ren, Tula, and Eoz, and I mean, I don't know about. I mean, in the show, I didn't have. Oh, you could hurt him with that.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often, but it is a thing.
In the show, I didn't have any attachment for.
This went a lot more easily last time. I don't know what's going on here.
Just bait him into the thing.
Okay, you cannot heat vision him.
Okay. Anyway, in the show, I didn't have any attachment to a particular character, so I mean, I guess it was whatever. But in the game, at least, you had the three characters, and Ren was kind of a...
Like jack of all trades?
Yeah, he was sort of an... Each character had a speed and a strength.
That makes sense.
And so it was just very... it was very balanced out, because Ren had middle speed, like average speed, average strength. Eoz had low speed, high strength. And then Tula had low strength, high speed.
Okay.
So what that translates into in the game is Ren just does very balanced and samey attacks, and for me it got boring. Whereas, Eoz is really slow, but he hits really hard, so it's satisfying as you kill the guys fast. Or
I see.
When he does his grab, instead of just grabbing the guy and throwing them, he would grab the guy by the neck and lift them up, and you could just walk around wherever you want with them. Which means you could just walk over to the death pit and dunk him right in. And that was cool. And then
Okay.
And then Tula, she was weak, but she had the really fancy flurry of attacks. So it was exciting to mash the buttons and get all the moves.
I see. Because my knowledge of that kind of dynamic normally comes from Streets of Rage, where I don't remember the stats really mattering all that much. Getting the Molotov guys like in the middle of other guys is like the worst.
Yeah.
Because you can't stop.
Just use your super punch.
I want to save them for Doomsday.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember that was a dominant strategy for me for a while. That I would just save up like an entire bar's worth and just super punch death. But yeah, in Streets of Rage, I don't remember it ever making a whole lot of difference. knowing that like Blaze was weaker than Axel, because they all played kind of the same.
Well, in the Pirates of Dark Water game, everybody had a super move, kind of like a super punch here.
Uh-huh.
But it followed the same sort of logic, where Eoz, being the slow and strong character, he had it was a single target move, but it was really impressive and did a lot of damage to one target, it's like a boss or a mini boss.
I see.
And then Tula, being weak.
I forgot about that. There was a random like 100-point thing right there.
No.
Oh, that was a life. Okay,
cool.
Good. I'm glad I found that.
And like Tula being weak physically, they gave her. She could use magic, so they gave her a big full clear super.
Oh,
full
okay.
screen super. But
That's cool.
again, Ren being in the middle, he kind of just did a sort of a mid-range sword move, and it wasn't full screen, but it wasn't as strong as Eoz's, so it was kind of like. All I know is, me and my brother were just like, we would always pick Tula and Eoz every time and ignored Ren.
I mean, it makes sense in light of that. It was just surprising to me because, like I said, like my friends and I always fought over whoever was like, even if we didn't like the main character, like you just wanted him to be him for the prestige. The Hook beat him up was actually like really cool, and everybody wanted to be Peter Pan because why the fuck would you want to play anyone else except for maybe Rufio, and like and the fat kid who was actually very fun to play.
Yeah. But yeah, that game was a bit depressing to play because it basically ended.
I cannot touch those fucking things. No matter what lengths I go to, I cannot dodge that crap. The stupid Molotov.
Yeah.
It is the worst.
But it ended sort of like the show where the ending to the game just went, and
Like I swear to God, I used to be good at this as a kid.
Are you no? Aren't? I mean, I don't know, but if you just fly very close to the ground, are you perhaps more mobile than walking on the ground?
No, because you're limited to the single plane.
Oh, you can't fly. Okay,
yeah,
makes sense.
And like you can't really punch people on the ground.
Okay,
is the issue, as I recall. I mean, I'm not in the know as to the meta of this game anymore.
But
I'm sure speedrunners have found lots of dominant strategies for this game.
Wait, maybe you should save the super punch for when you're getting wombled.
Nah, I just wanted to do it really rough.
Alright. But yeah, the game ended just as depressingly as the show. The ending to the game was just, you can grab him.
Yeah, it's difficult because his punches have so much range. There we go. Wow, that time I just destroyed him.
Yeah, the ending.
All right, watch this. Ah,
look at that.
Just like in the comics. That's how the fight ended in the comics.
And then Doomsday gets back up.
Nope. They're both dead.
Oh, okay.
So Superman has now died. He's gone. He's never coming back.
I can tell you
until the end of the game.
You know what? I feel the gravitas, Alex.
That was the cover of the comic book.
Oh, nice.
And I think that was the cover, and I know for a fact it was like the end. It was like the last page, and I was like, he died.
I remember.
Dad, he died.
I remember that era when having big muscles was the clear sign that you were very strong.
Well, this was the 90s, so yeah, that was in vogue.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, Venom was built like a tank.
Yeah. Wait, what the...
So, in the wait, after Superman died, 4 other guys showed up, all claiming to be Superman. There was the Cyborg, the Eradicator, also known as the last son of Krypton.
Does he have flame powers?
He has energy powers. He's an energy being.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Superboy.
Who wouldn't believe that one?
He was my favorite. That's post-Crisis Superboy, by the way, which is the one that many of you will be familiar with through Young Justice.
He's cool. It's on his back, and he's got a rat.
He's the coolest. And Steel, who is like Tony Stark, but objectively cooler.
Oh, okay.
Because Steel didn't have no fucking fancy-ass billionaire dollars. to build his awesome Superman power armor.
He just built the Superman power suit?
Yeah, he just built the Superman power suit.
Okay.
Also, his name is John Henry Irons, which is awesome.
Alright.
Because he's a black
Oh,
guy with a
Cadmus
hammer.
is that thing.
Yeah. So I'll play a little bit of this level, and then
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up. But so for the rest of the game, you rotate between the different Supermen. Also, we have a shooting stage now.
Okay, so you're Robo-Man here.
I'm Cyborg Superman, Hank Henshaw, who, spoilers, is not the real Superman. I know it's going to come as a surprise.
Wait a
to
minute,
you.
but is he cyborg then?
He is a cyborg.
But he's not cyborg.
He's not Booyah Cyborg.
Oh, okay.
The reveal is not that he's actually
I was gonna
Victor
say.
Stone. No. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, let me clarify that for you. Yeah, so Hank Henshaw here is actually the real bad guy of this whole like saga. He and his buddies went to space in a parody of the Fantastic Four's origin, and they got hit by cosmic rays, and they all got superpowers, but they also all died
Oh, okay, great.
from the process, except for Hank, whose power was he got the power to be like he got turned into like an energy being, so he could like possess like technology or something like that.
Okay.
So what he did was he ended up finding like a stash of like Kryptonian tech, and he basically like cloned himself a Superman body, then replaced bits of it with technology for him to inhabit. And
Okay.
then he, decided to impersonate Superman, while also trying to. He like sets up like a big machine like city place and makes a deal with Mongol, and it's like a whole thing. Like I can't actually. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb and convoluted compared to the whole Doomsday escaped thing.
Yeah.
So functionally, he plays exactly the same, except his thingy is he shoots laser beams.
It takes a lot longer to shoot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, even if you just tap it. And if I can get a super thing before we wrap it up here, I'll show you his amazing super attack.
Wait, so the trees are actually...
Well, it's not. I guess they're not like trees. I don't know. Like it's a Cadmus facility, so they wouldn't be trees. But
They're
I don't.
just wrapped in wood?
Yeah, I don't know what that's
Can you
supposed
throw
to
them
be.
at the tank again and break the tank?
I don't believe so. I was trying. But
Okay.
that guy up there is really squirrely.
Yeah.
And
Well,
those are the guys that you want to be using.
If
to
you
fight
get on the
against.
plane with them, you can, fight them,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but there were the guys on the ground, and I should have gone after the flying guys first, because the ground guys can't chase you up here.
Yeah, these weird non-trees. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Yeah, the Pirates of the Dark Water game ended just like the show, really depressing, where the ending to the game was just, and then they went off to find more treasures. They totally did more of that, and you'll definitely get some more
Next.
at some point.
And it never happened.
Yeah, and then never.
That show was so cool, and
It was so cool.
it made me so disappointed that they just dropped it.
How is nobody picking that up?
Well-
That's what we need to kickstart.
The creator tried to drive up interest for it again. There was like a short like comic book that was published, and I think they tried to kickstart like another
Did they already try
series. Yeah, they tried. It didn't work.
that? How did it not work?
I mean, same reason that Gargoyles like never got any more.
Oh, I forgot about that. Too.
Yeah, Gargoyles was like the same kind of thing. Like it didn't end because it stopped being popular or anything. It just ended because like the suits didn't want to pay for it anymore. Like Gargoyles actually had apparently had planned a spin-off show that was going to star their version of King Arthur,
Oh,
like going around with Macbeth and being awesome together. Just like in the one episode of the show they got to do it in, and I was really stoked for that, and it never happened.
well.
So yeah. So it doesn't look like I'm gonna get to show it off, but
Yeah, well,
Cyborg.
we gotta break more trees. Oh,
Damn it! No!
you blew it.
There's got to be like one in this tree, or in that tree.
Wait, fucking fly and kill the flying guy first.
I wanted to validate, my stupid mistake, and it does not appear that it didn't work. Like I really wanted you to see that. It's amazingly super.
You're gonna die.
I'm also gonna die.
Fly.
So Cyborg Superman's, super attack
Yeah.
is that he pulls out a grenade, and then he throws it,
Oh boy.
and it explodes and kills everything on screen.
Except for him.
Except for him. That is the power of Cyborg Superman.
There is no more, Alex.
There's no more. That was the one in like the entire fucking level. And it's gone. And I died because I hit the fast forward button.
Wait, what? Oh.
I'm-
You hit the... Yeah.
I had like no health left, and I hit the button by accident that I had mapped to my keyboard, and I'm assuming something just killed me.
Alright.
Anyway, that was Blizzard Entertainment's Death and Return of Superman. It didn't do very well, and I feel like no company can ever come back from that, so I'm sure we'll never see anything from Blizzard Entertainment ever again.
It was the definition of adequate, I guess.
Except in the regard that it is a single-player game.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Like, they couldn't even give it a cool combat system to make up for the fact that it is Final Fight with one player.
Go get a ROM of the Pirates of Dark Water game and play that.
We might actually play that sometime. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time.
Next time.